Welcome to another XP Projects Did You Know? Did you know there's tons of old telephones back in Lagoon? Join us today on the XP Project. All right, so this one's a great building. This is located right next to that train station that I showed before. Right when you walk in, they've got this great old-fashioned telephone booth, and you can go in there and pretend like you're using the phone. I remember doing that as a kid. My son loved it as well. They've just got a bunch of old pieces of equipment. This is pretty much anything that would have had to do with telephones. It's a little dark in here, so it's kind of hard to see, but they've got like the old school switchboards that were used back in the day. Man, what a different time phones were, if you could see what the phones look like today. And then they got this great mural on the back that shows kind of the work of those switchboards. And they've got 4 or 5 different switchboards also. These are just great. Then if you come over to the south side of the building here, this is actually my favorite one. It kind of just shows telephones over the years. So it'll give you like the dates and show the different types of phones over the years. This is just great. All the way back to the 1913, holy cow. And then it kind of shows a little bit of kind of how the setup would have been with those phones throughout the different decades. Then you go back even a little bit older phones here. It's just great. It's always funny because my son always says, when my grandma was still alive, she passed about 15 years ago, but when she was still alive, right, when he was a really, really little kid, he would always mention how she had one of those phones in her basement. And I think most of our grandparents probably did have one of those older, you know, black or yellow style dial phones in the basements, but I think we're getting really close to where kids aren't going to know what those are. All right, that's another episode of the XP Projects Did You Know? I got to take this call. We'll see you next time.